I enter the state of flow. It means that I did not prepare anything what I am about to share. The state of flow is the state of consciousness when I am able to connect words and pick right words in the endless sequence. I am doing this because I have a dream. From when I was a child, I always was passionate about gathering people around me. I was always the one who lead the crowd. In the school, when others were just thinking how to break the window, I was the one who was looking on charts. Today, many years passed, but my dream is still alive. I envision myself someday gathering stadiums of people in many countries and igniting them to share my vision, to connect with the shared belief system, to do something together, to build. However, in reality, I realized that in order to do so, I have to be a speaker, a person who can rise the flame in people's heart through me, through my body. I have to conduct the flame and the spirit. And reality is that I am not this guy today. The international language is English. It's not my native. And beside that, I'm just not capable of delivering any kind of speech. So I took a decision to become this person, to rewire my brain in the way I am capable to deliver an idea directly in people's hearts and minds. What I'm doing now is the very first steps on how I rewire my brain and get this ability. I will introduce myself in the next video. In this, I'll share the basic concepts and ideas, how it works and why I behave like I behave. Now, I deliberately block most of the movements in my body. This way, I am capable to focus most of my brain capabilities on the process of picking the words to connect them in meaningful speech. This ability is complex. By default, we train it speaking to people. However, it's not continuing to develop after reaching a minimal threshold, which is required when you speak to people in normal life. For me, even this threshold now feels unreachable. That is why I invented this form of practice. When I'm staying in the state of flow and constantly adding one word after another to rewire my brain in the way it is capable to fastly pick up and gather right meanings. Now my speech sounds very robotic and slow because in fact it's the most what I'm capable now. I envision that it will change in the future. Also, I realize that my mimic also is pretty weird. It is because I'm not only changing the way I pick up the words and think, I'm also rewiring muscle connections. When you speak, you evoke a chain of muscle contractions, and this chain is different for different languages. And to be able to speak flawlessly, you have to write the right sequence in your subconscious. And this is what I'm doing also. I'm focusing on my tongue, my cheeks, my lips to form a reflex that will eventually will work without my conscious focus. Most of the cognitive abilities on our brain are controlled by cortex. It is the part of our brain that is responsible for conscious actions. So now I try to sit still to allow maximum of my cortex do the job and write the memory into cerebellum, which is responsible for automatic actions. This is what I am doing from neurobiological sense. From the philosophical sense, a recording of such videos is my message to the world. That everything can be changed. I believe that humans are capable of rebuilding themselves from scratch, even in situations when it feels almost undoable. Each such session should become a step forward in my progress, and I want to share it with everyone who is also feeling the need to change themselves in any kind of way. In the next video, I will introduce myself and share more of my reasoning on the process of rewiring your brain and changing yourself in a long run.